Hi everyone, tomorrow is Good Shepherd Sunday. As Jesus says in the Gospel, I am the Good Shepherd. Good Shepherd lay down his life for me. So today we think about the gate. Jesus is the gate, and we can do a little activity with the children. Um, Either you can get a little template of the sheep, or you can draw it, and you can gather some glue and cotton balls, and you can stick around and talk to children about what the sheep can do, how Jesus is going to be the good shepherd, and as well as I'm going to talk about few of the titles of Mary. Mary is called the gate of heaven. Why Mary is gate of heaven? Through Mary, Jesus came to earth. So another thing is the title we think about is Ark of the Covenant. Mary is called the Ark of the Covenant. In the litany, we call Mary as Ark of the Covenant. Where you see the parallel Ark of the Covenant is a God's presence. Where you see inside the Ark of the Covenant, you see the Ten Commandments, you see Aaron's rod, and you see manna. So in the title of Ark of Covenant, where you see Mary as the same Ark of the Covenant, where Jesus is being carried, the presence of God within her. So Jesus became the high priest, which is same to Aaron. And another thing is Jesus became the Ten Commandment, the place of the Ten Commandment. Jesus became the new covenant. And the third thing is that the bread, instead of manna, we call here Jesus became the bread of life. So that's the reason why Mary is called the Ark of the Covenant. So why not we make a little Ark of the Covenant? It's very interesting. You can get... Okay. Ask George to come. Okay, can you cut this cherubim please?
Okay, can you give me the scissors, please?
Scissors. Can you bring the scissors? Commandment. We're just making the sides of the Ark of the Covenant. This is the Ten Commandments tablet, which shows the presence of God. And there is another thing which goes on the top. These are two cherubims. If you read in the Exodus, you'll see on top of the Ark of the Covenant, God's angels. And then the covenant along with the Aaron's rod, that indicates a priesthood, and fold it around the lines and make it into the shape of the covenant. And this is the atonement cover that goes on top of the covenant. You cut it around the lines. This is the Ten Commandment tablet which go inside the Ark of the Covenant. Ark of the Covenant stays inside the Holy of Holies.
What is this?
And Ark of the Covenant represents the God's presence. It reminds. So the Old Testament Ark of the Covenant is the promise of the God, the presence of the God. So there were three things inside the Ark of the Covenant. One is the Ten Commandments, other one is Aaron's rod, and other one is manna. So in the New Covenant, in Litany of Loretto, we call Mary as the Ark of the Covenant. That's the same, which is parallel to the Old Testament. And Mary is where the presence of God was there. The God was there within. Mary carried the Jesus. So she is the Ark of the Covenant. The presence of God is there. So in the New Testament, Jesus is the high priest instead of Aaron's rod, and Jesus became the bread from heaven in the place of manna. And Ten Commandment, Jesus became the new covenant. So that's why Our Lady is called the Ark of the Covenant. So we'll make the Ark of the Covenant first of the bit. So we'll attach everything together, stick together.
What do I do?
Before I conclude, let me tell a little story. where Saint Patrick Pioche, he always tells why Mary is called to be a gate of heaven. When Saint Peter was walking around the garden, Jesus came to Saint Peter and said, "Why all these sinners here? So you should be really careful." The next day, Peter again met Jesus when he was walking in the garden, and Jesus asked, "Why more sinners are here today?" Then Jesus said to keep eye on the sinners. So next day, again, Saint Peter was in the garden and Jesus came. "Why all the sinners are here? The sinners are getting more and more. You need to be very careful, otherwise I'm going to take the key away from you." So then Saint Peter said, looking at Jesus and said, "It's not me. It is because of your mother. So I can't do anything with mother." So Jesus said, "Neither I can, because she is called the gate of heaven." So where through her, when we call her, he who loves a lady can be assured of paradise.